Well, hello everyone. I hope you all are having a great week. I apologize in advance. I thought I had scheduled this stream for two. Instead, I scheduled it for one by accident. So I'm hoping it's clear for you all. I'm down in my basement. There's almost like an LED type light hanging above. So there's a tad bit of light. So I'm hoping that it'll be all right. It, of course, looks a little bit odd on my tablet. If push comes to shove, maybe I will switch it over. I don't know. I'll have to see what you guys think. If it's good enough for y'all or if it is. Hi, Karen. So yeah, I've got it on my tablet because it is just gonna be that way I can read what y'all are saying. Because on my phone, it's what's streaming. So I'll wait a little bit. And then we'll jump right in. Because it looks somewhat clear on my phone, but then again, when I look at it on um, the stream, it looks a little cloudy. Maybe we could move it upstairs. Anyway, that's okay though. I'm sure it'll be all right. I mean, this is the basement after all. This is the easiest place for me to do it because this is where I've been filming practically everything. There's a bit of light coming through. I wish I had my little spotlight thing. Yeah, it's there's always something in there that is eye catching. They're like, "Ooh, I want that." So, yeah, this is the first jar that I started. I want to say I started it maybe like 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago. Hi, Tonstic. Hi, Betty. Yeah, so I don't know what exactly possessed me to start one. I just liked the idea of taking small items that would possibly get lost and just kind of throwing them all together. And it just makes for a really cool like conversation piece, I think. And yeah, so there's any and everything in here. And Amy, I don't know if she's here or not. Hi, KP. Has had the pleasure of seeing all of this stuff when Katie was here a couple weeks ago. Her last day here on Sunday, we drove down to where Amy's at, Antiqued in Frederick because I hadn't been there in over a year. And when we were at the restaurant while we were waiting for our food, we just decided to open this up, dump everything out, and look at it all. And a couple of the waitresses at the shop or the restaurant we were at were like intrigued by all of this stuff because it's just stuff that would get lost easily. It was stuff from her childhood. Like she remembered most of this stuff. So it was really cool to see somebody else reminisce. Can we say if we have one that you have? Of course you can. If you say, "Oh, I have that," or "I remember that," absolutely. So it had been sitting for, gosh, the stuff has been sitting in here for 10 years because I've filled up other ones because I've just acquired so many little things. So I had to move to other ones because I like the small stuff because it's easy to find. It doesn't usually cost you a lot of money, and it's stuff that gets lost easily. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I hope it's not too blurry. Again, it could just be from my camera on my tablet because my tablet is not, yeah. So I'm hoping it'll do all right. First up, we have this Coca-Cola bottle. I think this is a lighter. They made two versions, one where the lighter's in the cap and one is on the bottom. But that one is the lighter's on the top. Of course, KP's mentioning the plastic whistles. Yeah, these were literally all over the place in the 60s and 70s. I think even in the 50s as well. Some of the charms that I have are actually still in the little plastic container that they came in when you got them. This one, I think it's just a happy face. And for those watching the replay, I want to thank you very much. I'm going to put the stuff that I shared over here if I can. Move all this stuff over to the center. It's a pile. I'll try to go through it really quickly. So this is just one of those like little necklaces. Again, it's still in the plastic egg that it was in originally. Green, my favorite color. I forget what this is called. It's almost like a harmonica, but it's not. I think my dad actually gave me this. And it does work. Of course, definitely got some swizzle sticks. I've got quite a few of them. Some with this whistle on it. Some, yeah, panpipe. Whistle and a harmonica. Ooh, bumped the camera. I apologize. Of course, we got the Playboy Bunny swizzle stick. Love that. I think they made those in black and white. We've got a little, looks like a toy AK-47 or some kind of toy gun. Now this is interesting. Somebody took a photo of somebody and they put it in a lucite diamond and they made it a keychain. So I thought that was really cool. Got one of those whistles with a bird on it to make it look like the bird's chirping. Yeah, the plastic eggs are really, really cool, I think. I did get some, or had some of these cake picks. I'd buy them in lots. I wouldn't usually buy them individually because it's just cheaper to buy them in like a bulk. This one's probably for Easter. This is an advertisement for, of course I drop it because it's just difficult. So this is an advertisement for Seagram's gin. It's a light post. Keychain probably came on the gin itself when you bought it, or if it was like a little promo, like a promo giveaway. This is actually worth a little bit of money if you can find it. I was pleasantly surprised to see it. Let me make sure I'm holding it the right way. So this is a 1960s Captain Crunch whistle. You got the mascot for Captain Crunch there, and then you've got the yellow. Like it's just a yellow whistle. If you could ever find these, and they're a good price, pick them up. Of course, I got these. These are, I think, drink stirrers, or like, not drink stirrers. Like they're little drink sitters, lady drink sitters. Hi, Ginger. And here's another swizzle stick with a whistle on it. Yeah, they were cereal prizes. Doesn't look very clear. That's really bad. Is it clear for you all? Because if not, I may have to end it and then maybe I'll do it, go upstairs and film the stuff. So I do want you to be able to see it. And of course, it's clear on my end on my phone because that's what I'm filming from. So this is another one of those bird whistles. Blow into it. Okay, just want to be sure. I just want everyone to see it. Hi, Richard. Good to see ya. And this was a broken cake pick. It's probably just because of the lighting. And StreamYard is known to be fuzzy too. So this is one of those, I think they're supposed to walk. Like I said, this stuff has been sitting in here for a decade. Anybody remember these? I think these were from like the 80s. It's like a charm, and you can collect a bunch of them. I actually found some at a flea a few years ago, and they were on the necklace. And even back in the early 2000s, those were very collectible. So those, if you can find those charms, pick them up. Yes, the bell charms. That's what they are. I have a whole bunch of them, and I have some of them on a strand, a necklace strand. That I liked them. I thought, oh, they're interesting. Might as well grab them. This is I think like a little coin coupon for the Hose Hook and Ladder Company, which is in Pine Grove, Pennsylvania. Got another one of those whistles. Oh, clown alert. I think that's a Mark's clown. This is a ribbon of some sort, of I guess an official judge ribbon. This is one of those ladybug toys where you roll it on the ground and then I guess the limbs move. Got a Halloween kitty cake pick. Of course, the pick part is broken off. I wonder if I could adjust the camera. Oh no. I was gonna see if I could up the camera quality, but I think 720 is the best I could go. No big deal. So this is one of those, I'm sure you all remember them. It's like a push pup or something. Push it down and then at some point it pops up and jumps. I've got several of those. That one's a green elephant with the trunk up. This is just a Coca-Cola bottle. And it's got, I think that's Korean maybe, or Japanese. I'm not sure. I think that came with like a little lot of Coke stuff that I got for Christmas one year. Oh, here's another one of those push thingies. This one's from the 80s. This is Mario. Super Mario, like right around the time he first came out. Here is a 6-pack of Coca-Cola, a keychain. Here's another swizzle stick with a whistle on it. Oops. This was really cool. I had never seen anything like this before. It's a bracelet, and one of the charms is a record. It says Columbia Blue Skies, Benny Goodman. Oh, this one's got all tangled up. So this is a. This is it's a stolen car key. Very interesting. Like I said, if it was odd, unusual, unique, I wanted it. There's a 4-leaf clover keychain. This is a necklace, and it's got a football on it. I think this is something you look into? There's something in here. Oh no, that's just what makes the dog's eyes move. It's a green little doggy. I think he's supposed to have a tongue. Oh, it's a tongue. There's a tongue that comes out of there. Like I said, some of this stuff I've had sitting for a long time, so I forget what's in here. And someone said they did see the princess phones. I've got quite a few of those. Different colors, pink, blue. If I found them inexpensively, I bought them. Yeah, the stole the car or stolen car key. Very different and unique. I don't even remember where I got that, to be honest with you. I've had it so long. But most of this stuff came from flea markets and maybe a couple of like charity thrifts. Some stuff got caught on each other. Red dinosaur. And then it's a charm bracelet, and it looks like it's got a ship, and it looks like one of the charms is missing, but that's okay. That doesn't bother me. It's got a ship, and it looks like an astronaut, and a bell on it. Just stuff that just got all jumbled up in here. But be careful. Don't want to break anything. So this is for a sesquicentennial. It's a rabbit's foot. Very cool. Oh, of course, it wouldn't be me if I didn't like the 70s smiley face necklace. Love that. Every boy, I'm sure, growing up had those plastic dinosaurs. It's like a staple of our childhood. And then, of course, Blue Rabbit's foot. Now, this is a lighter. It's got a lovely lady on it. Nothing risque that I know of. Nope. Nothing wrong. She's just wearing a very scantily clad outfit. This is a Decalite lighter. That's very cool. Dad actually had a bunch of these when I was growing up. He got into all of the gumball charms and all the stuff from the 60s and 70s from when he was growing up. So that's fun. It's just a baseball mitt, a bat, and a ball. This is actually a familial piece. This was Dad back in the 60s, or probably the 70s. He's got the big old afro. And then this is, I think, a picture of my dad's. It's my second cousin Gary and his sister Cheryl when they were kids. Here is, oops. Yeah, I don't want the ones that are made in China. I want the really old ones. So here's another clown alert. I don't know what it was supposed to be, like another charm. It almost looks like a Tasty Freeze type mascot. Not that. So this is a little book charm. Oh, it says Jack and Jill on it. Here is a I think like a chess piece charm. This we bought with a whole bunch of old keychains. If y'all heard that, I think we have a storm brewing. Yep, I hear the thunder outside now. Here's just a little drag racer. We've got a couple of these. These are just little mini like lanterns. Different shades. We've got green. We've got different shades of blue. Those are really fun. I'm gonna have a field day just putting all this stuff back in here because it's the first one that I had, so I want to make sure certain things are placed properly. These are new old stock Nintendo game packs, top secret tips and scratch off cards from the 80s, I think. Yep, 1989. I want to say those came with something that I bought on eBay a while ago, but I didn't want to let it go. Anybody remember these pencil toppers with the spring on them and then like a little charm that would move back and forth? I've got several of those in here. Here is I guess this is a keychain, and this is for a Buick. Here's another 6-pack. This one's of Dr. Pepper. This is definitely from the 60s or the 70s. Oh, we've got a little, this has still got the tag on it from whoever tried to sell it before. Looks like it was originally $3.50. It's a novelty badge, Deputy Sheriff. Another whistle, blue whistle. Oop, I think I hear the rain. Yep, I think I hear the rain. Sounds like hail almost. This is one of those little toys that you have to get the ball in the hole. Here is Mr. Minute. I don't know if anybody remembers him or not. Mr. Minute. Oh, here's one of those, like, guess it was a gumball charm. It's got a heart with an arrow through it, maybe a flower. Oh, this is I think a glass die. Small little glass die. Yeah, I got a severe thunderstorm warning too. I mean, I can hear the really loud, big drops of rain hitting the side of the house. And here comes the thunder. This I actually bought at an antique store. Look at that. This is definitely from the Edwardian era, because Victorian was, I think, 1851 to 1901 after Queen Victoria died. And then we went to the Edwardian period. Isn't that just great? That's an advertising piece. And this was for the Continental Chemical Company, which was on Forest Boulevard in Philadelphia, manufactured by the Boiler Company. That's cool. And we'll just slide. So we have yet another princess phone, of course. Probably should move all this stuff over so that way I don't confuse it and show you stuff that I've already shown you. Got a little chick rattle. Here's another cake pick. That's just a little chick hatching out of his egg. Oh, I think I bought this at the DC Flea many years ago. This is just one of those like purse keychains. I think a woman used this to put like a couple coins in for a payphone or something like that. Hi, Joanne, and hello to everyone else who's tuning in. Sorry if I'm engaged or not engaging with y'all. I'm trying to show you the stuff. No, this is stuff that I've collected over the years. I think this one's about 10 years old. I've got a couple of other jars too, but this is the very first one that I started. This holds a rosary, Betty? I didn't know that. I thought this was for a coin. But it opens up. And I thought a woman would just use it for her for a couple coins if she needed it. But that's cool. Holds a rosary. Very neat. Oh, we got another whistle. Here's a Wade Whimsy Easter Bunny. Wade Whimsy. This is a deco looking like pendant, like crystal for a lamp. That just looks very deco to me. It looks like the little notch thingy wants to come off. It's not going on anything, so no big deal. That just stays in the jar. Here's another Valentine's pick. It says, "Be my Valentine." This, I believe, went into a jewelry box. I think it's a ballerina. She's missing her tutu. I thought she was cool, so of course I picked her up. That's why she's in my possession. I do have a couple of those tin photos. Here's one of a bunch of Victorian, Edwardian ladies dressed with their big old hats. Probably from the 1910s. Early 1900s through the 1910s. Here's another Easter pick. Just like a couple of odd and end charms. These were something my dad probably had. Yeah, it definitely deteriorated. It's no longer there. We got a pumpkin cake pick. Now, I did have some pinup matchbooks in here. This one says, "No fair peeking." For motor parts. This one... This is interesting. This is almost like a little coin, almost, but there's a photo in there. It's like a flat disc, and then there's a picture of this lady in here. This is a football charm on its original card. No, I was about 20 when I started this, because I just turned 30 this year. But I'd been collecting old stuff since I was about 15 or 16. But the junk jar idea didn't really come to play until I was like, I like a lot of this little stuff. What can I do with it? So I got creative and I was like, what a great conversation piece. Why not showcase it all? And anytime someone picks it up, they can look at it and be like, oh, those are really cool. Oh, that's really neat. I've never seen that before. It's just a great way to display things that would get lost really easily. Oh, this is kind of cool. Kind of creepy. The big old eyes. The eyes moves, googly eyes. Right. It definitely wouldn't be me if there wasn't pinup stuff. And another swizzle stick with a whistle on it. Okay, just so I get it out of the way, this is a little bit of a naughty item, and I bought this. Oh, what's? I'm not really sure, Betty. It's hard to say because people like the idea of a mystery, and they want to. I really don't know. I think it's just a matter of what somebody is looking for, what they like, if they see something that they want in there, or something's in there that they collect, or they see something of value. It could go up in value. Now, I mean, we're all adults here. This is something that I bought when I was probably a little too young, but I thought it was funny. I'm only showing this for a couple seconds because that is kind of racy. It's a naughty keychain. I'd never seen anything like that before. I bought it probably when I was in my mid to late teens. Again, I was probably still too young to even be engaging with that kind of stuff. So, but it was interesting, and I was like, what the heck? It is. Because there's just so many cool things in here. And one thing may not mean something to one person. This is really cool. This is for a AAA motel. Loved the blue background and the silver. I thought that was really awesome. Here's another one of those Coca-Cola lighters, but instead this one is in the base, not the lid. So that was cool. Oh yeah, priceless to me, of course, because I collected all this stuff. But I would probably, if I were to have to sell it at some point, I would probably put it on eBay maybe and start it at a somewhat of a high price because not that I paid a lot for all of this stuff, but some things I paid up for. Hopefully I never have to sell it because I like it. Here's this is kind of cool. This is one of those other keychains. It's just an Apple core. Very neat. Now, of course, I never got a chance to try the new Coke when it was released in 1985 because I wasn't born yet. But I kind of had to have this just because it's a pop culture thing. And I know this was a huge deal when it happened in the mid 80s. So saw that and I was like, that needs to come home with me. Here's another bunny rabbit pick. Very cutesy. Here's a big old, well, not big old thing. It's miniature playing cards, definitely from the 60s, 70s with the butterflies. Oh, here's another Wade Whimsy. Clown alert. Here's another, here's a ring that goes with that necklace. Smiley face. Here's another Coca-Cola 6-pack. This one's got the paper and such on it. They made those for a while, I think 60s, 70s. Let's see. Oh, anybody remember these? The little rings that look like belts that you would put on your, well, that's obviously a ring. You put it on your finger. Kind of like that. Thought that was cool. I think Dad had a bunch of those, and he used to do. At least from what I remember, there were a couple of times where he would do antique shows. Because in Gaithersburg at the fairgrounds years and years ago, they would have doll shows, they would have antique shows, they would have shows for practically everything. And I remember we did a couple of them, and I don't remember him selling to me. It was weird. And then we did the DC Fleece. Gosh, that was probably in 2015 or 2016 when we did that. And I don't know. It was weird because we would go shopping at the DC Flea in years past, and it would be really expensive. And then, my dad, who also wants to try and sell things, would price things reasonable, and people still wouldn't buy it. It was the weirdest thing. I mean, he sold some things, don't get me wrong, but it was strange. I think my uncle gave me this. He bought this at, Camden Yards in the early 90s. He gave me that because at the time I was collecting keychains. I still do, but not as much as I used to. And I'm also a lot more selective about the ones that I buy. Like, I want ones from places I've been. I want places or ones that I remember from childhood now, because some of the ones that were made by Basic Fun in the early 2000s, some of those can be worth a bit of money. But back in the day, because I was, a youngster, got a $5 allowance, could go to a flea market or a thrift store and buy a bunch of keychains for like a quarter, 50 cents a piece. I could load up on them. So I would just buy any of them that I didn't have and was like, I'm set to get every single one that they've made in the world, which is virtually impossible, by the way. But I was on a mission. And then as I got older, I started to wean out the ones that I was like, these don't really do anything for me. I didn't get this personally from Florida. I just decided to pilfer through them, and I have a small little flat bin of ones that I kept for myself that ones that I collected or ones that people have given me. I have some that people have brought back from me from other parts of the world that I'd never been to. So those, of course, hold sentimental value to me. But, at some point, some collections just need to be thinned out because you can't keep everything. I mean, hence all the stuff that I got surrounding me in this little circle. Got a little skull ring. What would be my favorite piece? Oh, it's hard to say. There are a few pieces that I really do like. I really liked that advertising mirror. This is probably one of them. And of course, all the Coca-Cola stuff, the pinup stuff. This I actually bought from somebody who actually had an Etsy store. And I actually met up with her a couple times. Her name is Angie. She was Treasured Vintage on YouTube. She found this bracelet. She was big into selling jewelry on Etsy. And this is just one of those like little fold-out bracelets. And these have different movie stars in it. We got Betty Grable. I think that's Cary Grant. 2 Cary Grants. And then we've got Betty Davis. Let's see how it folds. Kind of difficult to fold back up, I forgot. Oh no, there we go, I think. And on the outside, there will be some rhinestones, and of course a couple of those are missing. And I bought this from her Etsy shop. And so of course now I need to go get the rhinestones that are missing from that, which no big deal. Or I could just leave it as is because I like it for me and it's just gonna sit in a jar. We've got, this is a Fuller letter opener, clear. I think I have one of these in purple as well. Fuller, I think for the Fuller Brush Company. And it was just like a little promotional letter opener that you get. This is for JW Whiskey keychain. So most of these items are things that I acquired myself, were gifted to me, or, I I actually just found another one of these. This is the Donald Duck Nightlight, I think from the 60s or the 70s. I actually just got a Mickey one too, so I was really excited about that. And I think that that actually still works, so that's really cool. And that just goes to show you that things made back then were so much better than what they are now. But, you know, this is a ballerina swizzle stick figural. Thought that was really neat. This, I think, also came off of that lot of old keychains. This is, I don't know what he's supposed to be, a mailman or some kind of like bellhop. I have no idea. But you can tell based on the way that that hook is on it, that's definitely old. All right. We've got a Mr. Peanut whistle in orange. It's a big jar. It held salad dressing at one point. I mean, here's this. It's a big one. It's not one of the small ones. I would say, oh gosh, I wouldn't even know how many inches that is. It's a large jar. If it held salad dressing back in the day, it's definitely one of the larger pieces. No. Well, it's funny. I had it all in there perfectly, and then when we went to look at it, I barely shoved it all back in there. But I'm gonna meticulously place some of the stuff the way I want it to in there, and then stack all the stuff around it. Anybody remember the old flicker rings? I think these were a gumball charm too. I've got quite a few of these. I've got the one from the Monkees. That's a really cool one. And then I actually have, and I've left them upstairs, one for a Batman Club, or if you were part of the Bat Club. Here is a little fishy rattle, similar to that chick one. I think I showed, no, I only had one of those. Here's another pinup matchbook. There's another pencil topper. This one looks like it's a donkey. Couple more matchbooks. Yeah, they had flicker rings for everything. Batman Club, the Monkees, the Beatles. I have a couple from a shop called Tasty Freeze from back in the day. So they made them for everything, and you can find them on eBay too. Some of them are worth more than others, of course, but never hurts to keep your eyes peeled for them. Here's a Santa ring. Here's another smiley face. Ooh, backwards, or upside down. Smiley face. This is for I think World War II. Welcoming home the heroes. Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, here's another bracelet. What's this one to? I think this is like a souvenir bracelet from some foreign country. I don't know where. Here's what it looks like. It's got different colors on it. I want to say that that's... Oh, this is French. This is a souvenir bracelet from France. Because there's the Arc of Triumph. I think that might be in Paris. Yeah, so this is a Parisian souvenir bracelet. Very cool. One thing I've noticed, they don't see much Christmas items. I started a Christmas one. Yeah, I'm actually looking for a couple of like this. I saw Santa at Sears, kind of like the little rings and things that people gave away when you went to see Santa at the department stores. I always keep my eyes peeled for those. Here's another whistle. Here's another one of those little games where you try to get the hole or the ball in the hole. What else do we have here? Here is I think this is supposed to be like a Tupperware bowl. On it it looks like a little angel and it says plastics on it. Very interesting. Got more princess phones. There's a pink one. We've got another bunny rabbit cake pick. Here's another flickering. This one is... I never could figure out what this one is. Might be hard to see too because of the blur, but it looks like science and then like a ventriloquist dummy. No, it's two guys. And then looks like they're filming something. It's really hard to see. What is this? See what I mean? There's all this stuff that I'm forgetting I have. Oh, it's a little magnifying glass. Here's another one of those belt rings. This one's in red. This I actually found on the floor in my grandmother's garage. It says help and it's got Bugs Bunny on it. It's from, I think, 1959. Some of these I think are Cracker Jack toys, and some of them are prizes you'd get with a gumball, I think, back in the day. Here is there's like a little, there's a string. This is a Three Little Piggy comes from Orlando, Florida. I think I just broke it. Oh, no, I didn't break it. The little... pull tab just came off. There we go. Yeah, it's a little piggy tape measure. Cool, huh? Yeah, it's crazy to me how some of the old Tupperware is worth something, but didn't they file for bankruptcy or something not that long ago, and that's why their stuff is kind of going up in value? Got a gold Coca-Cola bottle. Got another matchbook. This is for the Holiday Inn. Very cool. That's just a whole bunch of little odds and ends. Here's there's something in here. Here's a registered nurse plastic ring on a red cross. Here's another one of those whistles. Here's a Cracker Jack toy. This looks like a bookmark with an elephant on it. Here are two more princess phones. White and like a pink. Here is a yellow whistle. This came off of a matchbook. I think the other part was probably just too beat up for me to hold on to. So this one's a cop. And it looks like it's a naval officer. It looks like she's trying to make somebody command respect to her or just tell them off or something. I don't know. A plastic elephant tusk. Here's another matchbook cover with a girl in a bikini. So it's all stuff from different eras. This is it's like a little sewing kit, hosiery mending kit from Sears. That's definitely got some age, probably the early 60s, maybe like 1962, 1963. Love that. Here's a full-bodied skeleton. Here's some more. Oh, there's another kitty cat and then an elephant. Here's just a little top. Who's on it? I can't tell if it's got like little Easter chicks on it. Does work. Here's a little football. I have no idea what this was supposed to be. It was something that Dad had. It's like a little monkey charm. It's kind of creepy when you think about it. Here's another plastic chest charm. Just dropping stuff left and right 'cause it's so tiny. I think this is supposed to be a troll pin. Here's another one of those pencil toppers, and it says "Kiss Me." Oh, I thought this was a charm for something else, but no, this is an Esso tag. Look, we got the Esso tiger on it. And it's just got drop in any mailbox, Happy Motoring Key Club from Houston, Texas. And it's definitely after the 60 or 63 because it's got a zip code on it. Oh, here's another one of those toys. Got a lion with the ball. Oops. Sorry, guys. I think I just hit the camera. That's what happens when you're reaching back and forth. Here's another pinup matchbook. Oh, here we got a ring with Snoop. I think that's supposed to be Snoopy. I think this is supposed to be a pencil topper too, but it's a different style. Little feet, and then the body's a spring, and then you got a plastic head. Here is a bowling ball puzzle keychain. I thought that was really, really cool. So this is a cherub keychain. I think this is a bottle opener. It's a Stan's Beverage 2491010 for Pabst Blue Ribbon. I believe it was Snoopy. Yep. The early Snoopy, Charles Schulz Snoopy. I don't remember who gave me these, but it's a pack of nudie playing cards. I think I actually have one of the balls too, Tom, to take. They're very cool, aren't they? So we got nudie playing cards. This is a Swank tie clip, and it's a hammer. I thought that was just awesome. See, like I said, when I find really unique, odd little items like this, I have to have them. Now, this was originally a pin, but I broke the pin off of it because it was sharp. It's a little devil, and he's got a pitchfork. Oh, I absolutely can, Betty. Thank you so much. I'll send you my info after I end a stream. Thank you again. I really do appreciate that. Because I do collect me some pinups. I love me some pinups. But I don't need all of the pinups out there, too. I like to share them with everyone else. Ah, here we go. It wasn't for Tasty Freeze. It's here's the other flicker ring I was telling you about. This one's for Mr. Soft. That's kind of naughty too. Mr. Softy. Here's another gun, but this one's a keychain. Oh, you can't sell the pinup in your booth? Why not? Is it too naughty or too risque, or like the mall's very strict about that kind of thing? Here's another one of the Mr. Softy flicker rings. I knew I had two of those in there. Here's a blue skull. I mean, you should be able to send matches. I mean, I haven't had any issues with sending matches through the mail. But then again, I don't think I've ever sold them through the mail before, or sold them at all. Because people collect matchbooks. And I've actually sold matchbooks through a live sale. I never had any issues with it. Oops. Here's another one of those little green whistles. This is... It looks like a gas station. It says Orkin Auto. But auto is spelled O-T-T-O. Oh, you don't think I understand. You don't think they would like it. It's funny when you walk into when I'm up in Scott's neck of the woods, we go to a place called Thunderbird Salvage. So you walk in, you see a bunch of really cool stuff on a shelf, and then like right when you walk in to your left, there's like a whole section of like naughty stuff. And I'm like, and when I was in there last looking through it to see if I could find like any pinup cards or things like that, I was worried because there were young kids around, and I'm like, I need to keep these kids out of this area, block it off if I can, because I don't want their parents getting mad at them for going in there. But I was like, I'm looking for that stuff that, the arcade cards from the 20s to the 50s. That's mainly what I look for. I think this is a Johnette Jewelry. This is a Johnette Jewelry kitty. Look at that. But also you have to factor in what's risque, or what was risque then versus what it is now. Did this come out of something? Looks like a lens something to this. Here is a piggy, another one of those toy thingies. Another bunny rabbit. Another whistle. I think I had a thing for whistles. I guess I was just finding a bunch of them. This one's a bit flatter than the other ones. This came off of somebody's DIY project of jewelry. Just a little seahorse. Here's another tin photo. Here's another bunny rabbit with blue ears. Here's another pinup matchbook cover. So this is another toy. I think this is supposed to be like a lock. Here's another pinup matchbook. Oh, here's another one. Young and kittenish. Now this I bought, I think I actually got this at an antique store, and I only paid a couple bucks for it. It's one of those pinup mirrors. This is definitely from the 30s. Another pinup matchbook. I actually have another one of these where I think the cover was ripped off of it, so I just decided to cut it and I want to make a keychain out of it and put it on my keys, but I haven't had luck finding the size that I need for that, so it's just been sitting upstairs. Oh, I had completely forgotten all about this. Does anybody remember when chapstick, like the chapstick brand, came in a metal tube? I had never seen this before, and I want to say I bought this from a person who had a bunch of smalls, and I just grouped a bunch of stuff together, and they quoted me a price for everything that I bought. And does this even have a year on it? Just says made in US, and funny enough, the chapstick company was in Lynchburg, Virginia. Isn't that interesting? When I was going through the jar with Amy and Katie, I'd forgotten that was in there. Oh, you do have two of them, see? Junk jar people think alike here. We got a Navy pin. Anybody also collect these whenever you find them inexpensively? These little license plate tag thingies that I think came with your car when you got it. I've got quite a few of those. Here's a matchbook, and I think I had quite a bit of these. And this is what cracked me up, and this is why I wanted one of these. I think my dad actually bought these. Look what the guy's name is, if it shows up. The guy's name was Dick Ryder. And even as a teenager, I thought that was really funny. Here's another matchbook, pinup matchbook. A whole bunch of other stuff mixed together. Here's a small little skull ring. Here's a clown. And this is for the Disabled American Vets. This is one of their license plate tags. This is, I think, was supposed to be a cake topper. It's another one of the Halloween ones. Here's another, I guess this is a souvenir mirror with 3 people at the beach. This is a glass ring. I have no idea if this is old or not, and I don't want to get it stuck on my finger, but I liked that. Here's another pin. This one says, "Look me straight in the eye and say that." It's very rusted out and everything, but it's still, I think he's a little wasted. Let's see. This I actually had to put in a plastic bag because rubber can, it'll melt if it's surrounded by different plastics and such, so I wanted to preserve this. It is a Statue of Liberty eraser. So in order to prevent it from getting damaged, I had to put it in a plastic bag along with the other stuff. This, I want to say, I got that at a flea market. I don't remember. It's a skeleton keychain, but it's in its original packaging. So I thought that was cool. Oh, here's another little rabbit's foot. Definitely older because of the gold chain. I remember this. I got this at a thrift store. It's a little Esso toy. I think it's from... what's the name of those little toys? From 1974. Not Little Tykes. It's a Tomy toy. I forget the name of them already. We've got another one of those pencil toppers, and then here's another chess piece. Here's a toy lock. Oh, here's another chess piece. I think Dad, or either I that or I took a bunch of them. Now, this was another item that I bought at a flea market. I think it was at the DC Flea or not. It's a brass metal lantern keychain. Here is there anything in here? It looks like there's something. Oh, this is one of those telescopes that's got a picture of a nude lady in it. Getting down to the nitty gritty here, folks. Here's another elephant keychain. And then I think these all came from, I don't remember where I got these from. It's a man and a woman. I think they're made by Marks, or were made by Marks. Here's another pinup matchbook. Got some more. Oh, see, look. Speaking of, so here's another cake topper. And then here's another one of those pencil toppers. Blue Hand saying hello. Oh, and you decided to come undone, of course. And here is a ball puzzle keychain. Hi, Bree. Good to see you. Oh, I wasn't even on live chat. Oh my goodness, on my tablet. Here's a Schlitz leaf clover pin. Love that. This is just a little Coors mug, like a little stein, I guess. Wow, you cannot read that at all. It's so smudged. Of course, couldn't leave this when I saw this at the antique store. This is a Marilyn Monroe fan club pin, or button, actually. It's more of a button than it is a pin. Had to have that. And then a Chiclets keychain, probably from the 70s. Way cool. We've got another pencil topper with blue feet. I think that's a clown, so clown alert. Here's another one of those toys where you got to get the ball in the hole. What's this thing? It's bad when I even forget what's in here. This is for a Durant. .7-Eleven matchbook. I have no idea what this girl is. It's just a magnet. Strawberry shake magnet. We've got a railroad keychain. One of these little plastic Snoopy toys. Those were popular, I think, in the 60s, 70s. A red whistle. We got some other little odds and ends here. Another Coca-Cola gold bottle. We got another one of these license plate things. I'm telling you, anytime I find these, I pick them up. I feel bad that they're just sitting there. I don't know if I showed this. Here's another matchbook. This reminds me of Gina Lollobrigida a little bit. Showed that already. This almost reminds me of an ink blotter, just the way that it is, but it's a small little toy that rocks back and forth. Oh, Bree, these are items that I've collected and I put in this jar 10 years ago, probably closer to 11 or 12, but I can't remember. I've had it so long. These are just little odds and ends pieces that I've collected. Any Super Balls? I don't think I have any of those, or maybe I do in another jar. I have no idea. Here's another one of those rings that look like a belt. Got another troll pin in like a minty green color. This is, oh, funny enough, Christmas pin. Meet me at the Bon-Ton. Yeah, exactly like a time capsule. The Bon-Ton was a department store here, and I'm sure they're all gone now, but we have Belk here now, which is another department store. Here is, oh, this is a Sphinx head. This is a charm. And then down to the last few pieces. Here's another tin picture. Hard to see, but it's 3 people sitting in an old automobile. And then we've got another Be My Valentine cake pick. And the final item from the junk jar is this chenille pipe cleaner. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but he's holding a pumpkin. And this, I remember, came from an estate sale. So I thought that was really, really cool. And folks, that is my very first junk jar that I ever started years ago, and all of the stuff that I was able to squeeze into there. And like Betty said, it's probably going to be a bit of a challenge getting it all to fit back in there the way that I want to. But we will see what happens with that, and maybe in another 10 years I'll open it up again and reminisce about all the stuff that I found. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. And for those watching the replay, of course, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed taking a trip down memory lane and seeing all the really cool stuff that you all have been itching to see. Be on the lookout tomorrow at about the same time, 2 p.m. I'm going to do another live haul from when Katie was here. I'm going to show all the stuff that I picked up from when she was here. And then I'm also going to have my sale on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you all stay tuned for that. So make sure if you haven't thumbed up the stream, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you all tomorrow at my live haul. Bye, everyone.